The hand trip, psychedelic epic, runic divination, therapeutic herb, mushrooms and roots, inductive, intuitively influence, aesthetics of music, elusive, conducive, to commemorative penmanship that's consecutive. Immaculate old chair. Logical, philosophical, like a manual pit, primordial, clairvoyant, I'm precognizant and benevolent. Embrace this and go scavenging with javelins, shape-shift into a makeshift spaceship, traveling on to the Amazon's pantheon with a barrel. Alien, he got here to handle it, jamming on to Grateful Dead songs and recording electronic voice phenomenon. I'm fucking it up without my notebook. Continuity, congruity, acuity, basic scrutiny, raising mutiny, like the true robot gypsy, psychedelic epic, K-trick to hand trick, psychedelic epic, runic divination, therapeutic herb, mushrooms and roots, induce this, intuitively, influence aesthetics of music, elusive, conducive, to commemorate the penmanship that's consecutive, immaculate old champ, astrological, philosophical, like a manual kit, primordial, clairvoyant, I'm precognizant and benevolent. Embrace this, go scavenging with javelins, shape-shift into a makeshift spaceship, traveling, rambling on to the Amazon's pantheon with a pharaoh, amiable animals and egalitarian the heroines are jamming on Grateful Dead songs and are quoting electronic voice phenomenon. There's another verse I can barely recall. There's a third verse. Thanks. Kendrick the Head Trip, y'all.
Leader maker.
Ingenuity, continuity, congruity, acuity, facing scrutiny, raising mutiny, lucidly like a true gypsy. Kendrick the Head Trip, psychedelic epic, runic divination, therapeutic herb, mushrooms and roots. Induce this, intuitively influenced. Aesthetics of music, elusive, conducive to commemorative penmanship that's consecutive. Immaculate Om chant, astrological, philosophical like Immanuel Kant, primordial, clairvoyant, I'm cognizant and benevolent. Embrace this and go scavenging with javelins, shape shift into a makeshift spaceship, traveling, rambling on to the Amazon's pantheon with a feral, amiable animals and egalitarian heroines are jamming on Grateful Dead songs and recording electronic voice phenomenon. Classic, empathic, ecstatic, eclectic, eccentric, syncretic, authentic, poetic, aesthetic, telekinetic, telepathic. Sympathetic magic has conjured some pure ectoplasmic entity in this dead, heady tent city with its psychedelic hippies. Speak of equality and equity, we don't pray, we merely say blessed be, especially at the medicinal weed dispensary. We are defending peace with empathy, this be spiritual ecstasy. Everyone oppressed, every refugee gets our sympathy. Wizardry is giving me an epiphany apolitically. I exist to be instantly primitive and at peace. There has to be resistance to be free. Ingenuity, continuity, congruity, acuity, facing scrutiny, raising mutiny, lucidly like a true gypsy.
With relentless temerity, I express solidarity. I have the emphasis and clarity. I'm an innovator, not an instigator. I'm a nature liberator against any discriminator. And I've been more than just a demonstrator. I'm pioneer, being medicinal and high for years. So polarizing and divine and revered. I'll also be despised and feared for being a broke rock star, just wise and weird. Not to digress from the point. Spoke up pregnant, second generation joy. I believe in anarcho-primitivism. I support brave cave women. Or the spell that they doubt left. That property is theft. I'm about to get improper and incorrect. I recollect an era when I had already rejected propaganda. I'm ahead of my time. I'm too eccentric to defy. I'm well read like many greats. I initiate resistance to state. Traditional obliterate goes to pillage and hate. I'll be correct like Edgar Casey. I'm the best, just wait. I'm condemning Bill Gates. I'm rebelling against states. I've been testing many presidents and presidential candidates. The heads of state segregate. And they spread pestilence and hate. They fester and decay. I think the Grateful Dead every day for his extra heady this way, even in a decrepit
in a diverse. Ecological resistance sabotage at the factories and farms without any casualties caused. Ecological resistance sabotage at the factories and farms without any casualties caused. Ecological resistance sabotage at the factories and farms without any casualties actually caused. Painted grotesque art on the walls of caves. Painted grotesque art on the walls of caves. Painted grotesque art on the walls of caves. On the walls of caves. On the walls of caves. Painted grotesque art on the walls of caves.
I would rather share the empathy than gather sympathy. I shall have an epiphany. I shall practice wizardry. I shall laugh politically.
I shall have an epiphany. I shall practice wizardry. I shall laugh politically. Lucina, the lucid dreamer, cleaner than meteor showers. I devour doses on my tongue, smoke some demons from my lungs.
Lucina, the lucid dreamer, cleaner than meteor showers. I devour doses on my tongue. Smoke some demons from my lungs. Open wide if your source was mine. You describe the fool who took the leap of faith. Almost died, yet somehow rhymes better when he somehow survives. Even greener than the head I wear with my Celtic descent. I don't really pretend to
All the time, horses go wild for Epona as I wrote this song.
Slauncher! Greener than ecology and anarchy because primitivism is like a trip to me. I can use Somalia and LSD to candy fit for peace, love, unity, respect under the sea.
Slauncher!
Resist sidewalks and parade the streets. Behind barricades, retaliate with rocket-propelled grenades. We're the earth liberators who resist invaders.
We're the nature liberators who resist invaders with our widowmakers. We're the nature liberators who resist invaders with our widowmakers. We're the nature liberators who resist invaders. We're the widowmakers. We're the earth liberators who resist invaders with our widowmakers. We're the nature liberators who resist invaders with our widowmakers. Kedrick the head trip. Cacti Pterosaur. Ecological resistance sabotage at the factories and farms without any casualties actually caused. Ecological resistance sabotage at the factories and farms without any casualties caused. Ecological resistance sabotage at the factories and farms without any casualties actually caused. Ecological resistance sabotage at the factories and farms grotesque ecological resistance sabotage at the factories and farms without any casualties caused. Grotesque art on the walls of caves. On the walls of caves, painted grotesque art on the walls of caves.
I would rather share the empathy than gather sympathy. I shall have an epiphany. I shall practice wizardry. I shall laugh politically. Lucina, the lucid dreamer, cleaner than meteor showers. I devour doses on my tongue. Smoke some demons from my lungs. Open wide if your source was mine. You describe the fool who took the leap of faith. Almost died, yet somehow rhymes better when he somehow survived. Even greener than the hemp I wear with my Celtic descent. I don't merely pretend to care about yoga or iboga. Horses go wild for Epona as I wrote in this song. I'll smoke some salvia in a bong. Norse goddess Freya as fertilized cannabis bud, purple as Ursula. Greener than ecology and anarchy because primitivism is like a trip to me. I could use Somali and LSD to candy flip for peace, love, unity, respect under the sea with plurmaids. To resist cyborgs who parade the streets. Behind barricades, retaliate with rocket-propelled grenades. We're the earth liberators who resist invaders with our widowmakers.
I'm somewhat of a risk taker and a mischief maker, a reawakener, an inebriator, a liberator of animals and nature.
Resist dystopia.
Cacti Pterosaur.
So many protests. Everyone is oppressed. Nobody has freedom at anyone else's expense. I must insist that civilizations has ceased to exist. I'm an anarcho-primitivist. We must resist empire in its many clients, the all tyrants. My Zerzen-esque verses will burn down churches to murder perjurers, conservatives for the disservice, conservatives for the disservice. Who correctly said property is theft influenced by Coonan. We need more than a revolution.
We need more than a revolution. Progress is a myth. Technology inflicts pollution upon earth as persecution. Hence what Edward Abbey said was the industrial way of death. Civilization is self-destructive and meant to oppress. When ignoring the facts, some have resorted to a personal attack.
The appeal to hypocrisy is obviously a logical fallacy.
To blame us for using technology within civilization's clutches, as if blaming a cripple for using crutches. Anarcho-primitivism is what I believe in. There can't be freedom where there is authority, hierarchy, and other crimes of the civilized. I support nomadic forager tribes. Authority and hierarchy have divided us and lied to us. We have been told that our rights were recognized and wouldn't be denied. Empire has tried to deprive us of the skills that we needed to survive.
The lowlifes fabricate crimes to meet their quotas. They patrol us and enforce their war upon us.
They patrol us and enforce their war upon us. Empire and its apartheid has to end, and we need not let it slide ever again. We can easily resist them, and we will win. We outnumber and outwit the oppressors. We can do much more than merely demonstrate against them. They intend to arrest anyone who protests them, but we don't have to let them.
If we had all been killed, then there would be nobody to oppress when there's none of us left.
I told them I won't tolerate the laws and hate they have caused for so many years. I made myself clear they didn't hear because they had lied in their ears. Yet we are precisely what the empire should fear. Much like the Irish volunteers, we are undefeated. Those who profit from apartheid have repeated their lies, but that doesn't make them true. We must liberate the earth, as that's what we are obligated to do. Cacti Pterosaur, Kedrick the head trip, Cypressionist from Connecticut, Animal Liberation Front.
I call for liberation, so abolish civilization. I call for liberation, so abolish civilization. There ought to be more resistance to psychiatry because of what's so violently endorsed within society. Abusers at hospitals who violate patients get away with it by portraying the abused individuals as monsters. Rebels left the hateful faculty members dismembered, with their own scalps protruding from their own nostrils.
Brutality was inflicted upon me by those who tried to moralize with me while they tortured me. I was experimented on and wouldn't willingly be a pawn. The allegedly independent fact checkers were nowhere to be found when liars said there weren't any mental hospitals anymore. The atrocities are even worse than before. Torture is rampant in the name of psychiatry, an apparently hateful, sanest, and insanest society. 'Twas conundrums to suffer in slums, where there isn't any independence. When the predatory staff members vowed revenge, they meant it. They boast that they're above the law, they'll regret it when supposed to corn husk feel like they caught some boar tusk to the jaw. Too many prescribers are liars and so scarecrow-esque, hence rebels spinning them into oblivion while decorating in a manner so grotesque to not denigrate the dead, who were prescribed falsely advertised drugs to get depressed. The predators prescribe drugs to cause symptoms, either while taking them or withdrawing from them. Blank checks are given to the most inhumane and sadistic, the whole lot of them. A victim fled the group home racket, so the abuser sent the cops to where I reside. I intervened to protect her, and I could have died. Abusers at Gilead Community Services are preventing her from escaping a predator. A crooked cop couldn't possibly be given any consent from her. Women flee from group homes rather than to them. They flee from the predators who make a killing by abusing them. Victims aren't allowed to transition out of group homes. The abusers are tracking their phones. The CEO knows about the domestic violence inflicted upon a so-called client. I tried to rescue her from the group home racket. He's a predator who forced her back in it.